Hello, hello. Melissa May Dillon here, going live on my personal page and then generally uploading it to YouTube. I'm trying to turn off. I thought I turned it off. I didn't turn it off. Trying to turn off. There we go. Notifications and sound. Let's turn that off right now. I'm getting bing, 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 bings on my Telegram all day long because I have some amazing groups that are happening right now in Telegram. And then my team and all my work stars, my teammates and work stars, we all message on Telegram. So I'm going to go live probably until the baby wakes up. She is napping peacefully right now. So she naps the best outside. So even though it's like freezing, today's not so bad. It's like 60 degrees, but she sleeps the best outside. So we have nap time outside, and I got the camera watching her right now. Anyway, okay. I know that my mouth is pretty fucking powerful. And I know that when I teach, I'm able to answer people's questions before they even ask. And people do state that. If you've been in the insurance exam queen world and you've watched a video of mine and I've answered your question before you actually answer before and you didn't even have to ask it, drop a comment below and let them know the truth of that. And then any of my other things too, like even when I teach, about money or magic money or whatever, it's really often where somebody will have a thought and then I will give them the answer to their thought before they even expressed their thought to me. I know I have that gift. I know I've had that power. And I know that like when I speak my voice, I create things in my life simply by speaking them into existence. You guys have seen this as I've built my business. I would be like $1,000 days, $2,000 days, $5,000 days. Like I just speak things into existence. And I know that I've had this power for myself. But to be quite honest, it's been a little bit scary to admit that I have this power for other people as well. And also the fact that I just know things. And I've been doing so since confirming by two different people, live that I have these gifts. And in fact, so you guys know, I talked about my VIP day. So I had a VIP day with Andrea Franco, and she talks about, owning your magic and being magic. And she says she's magic, and she even like creates potions and like money sprays and stuff and sells them and things and candles and whatnot. And I just, it might be my religious upbringing or something. I don't know, but I've never given myself permission to feel that I can do magic for other people or that I know things or whatever. And so I really, truly, this VIP day has given me permission that I have power, I have magic, that I can help people with my powers and with my magic, and that, I can actually read people's thoughts. I knew that a little bit with human design. But then like the claircognizant is this super, and we all have abilities like this. We just haven't been taught that we have these abilities. And when you go back far enough, it's like the Catholic Church has like removed our power. Like it's not just Catholic, it's all the churches. Like even with the genocide of like Native Americans here in America has been to remove people of their powers, their abilities to be able to speak to spirits, to be able to see things, to be able to understand things, to be able to tap into source. And to be quite honest, it was a little bit scary to admit that I have some of these powers. I was always willing to like, someone else says they got a power and I'm like, yes, I'm going to use it. I trust it. My sister, I've called to her and I'm like, hey, can you tap into so-and-so right now? I need you to know, I need to know like how they're feeling or what's going on, and I trust her abilities to do it. But for some reason, I just completely blocked off that I don't have power or special abilities or anything like that. And I totally do. So I am in the state of owning my powers, owning my abilities, speaking about it powerfully, and it's a little scary. It's weird to be like, and I don't know that psychic is going to be the word that I use for myself, because it doesn't quite feel right. And I think the connotation of psychic is, a little bit different. Like when I think of psychic, I think of like this dimly lit room and someone over a crystal ball. Like that's not my vibe. But I've been searching clear cognizant, which is clear knowing. Like we've heard of like the other ones, like clairvoyant, whatever. There's like six different ones of, I don't know exactly how many there are, but I did a little test. Like I went online and I Googled like how to find out which power you have. And she had even told me it was clear cognizant, but then I just took a test and as I answered the questions, I knew, I was like, I know, I can see obviously in the question choice is what it was going to be. And it wasn't to like confirm or give myself permission. It was just to find more information about it. And I was all day yesterday, just like in between, when the baby was during her nap or whatever, I was like searching information about clear cognizant, learning more, understanding that automatic writing is one of the best things I can do. And that's actually something I do frequently do. Journaling is really powerful. And I know also that I often channel. I don't really talk about that, but there's a lot of times where I just, have a class and I start speaking, and I know that it's not really me speaking, but it's me speaking, but something is speaking through me. And I don't really talk loudly about that. I don't really profess that, but I know that I'm channeling often when I'm speaking. And I don't know if I'm channeling like a specific thing, a person or whatever. But I just know that source is like speaking through. And so I'm finally like accepting this and owning this. And so you're going to hear a lot more, see a lot more. I'm going to be practicing these gifts. What I would love to do is, and what I'm going to be doing is actually going live with people and answering questions. So the thing about clear cognizant is that you just know, and there's no logical reason and explanation. And this is why it's actually one of the hardest ones to accept as a power. And as I was reading yesterday, it was like people really struggle with the claircognizant because it's just, you just know things without having any connection as to how you would know them or how you should, know that. And so you don't trust it because there's no connection. And that's the thing, is like, the knowledge just drops in, everything you need to know. And so I was reading all about claircognizant, and like when I looked, like there's just 6 unmistakable signs that I was Googling the other day. And it was like, you know what the outcome of a situation will be. You wake up with solutions. You spend a lot of time thinking and you enjoy it. You prefer self-learning. Like when I'm trying to learn a new topic, like I like to study it myself, and I like to just intuitively click what I want to click and go where I want to go. And so everything yesterday was just confirming one after another that I've got this gift, that I've got this power, and I really want to start using it. And I've been using it, but I'm like, want to get intentional about using it. So with claircognizant, I know what it is you need to hear. I know what it is that, like if people come to me with a question, I spit out an answer. Like, it's just funny. There was a time in my history where there was like, I know every answer to every question anybody has. And it was like, it's not that I know, but it's like, I receive what it is you need to hear, and it comes out of my mouth. And I'm owning those gifts. And I think I hesitated for a while, like as the insurance exam queen, it's easy to be like, well, I can talk about that, I know that, and I'll use my gifts inside of the insurance exam queen. But being able to just say I have these gifts, like it's been a little bit scary. Witches have been burned at the stake, and this is getting into witchy power. And again, I celebrate anybody who does that stuff, but I just felt like I should not profess that or say that. I don't know what it was that was preventing me from just tapping into the fact that I have gifts that I can, share with people. So I'm going to start going live and basically doing readings. Give me a specific question, and then I can drop an answer for you. And if anybody here, I have 4 people watching. If you've got a question, let me know. I will tap into it right now. And so in my video, I didn't say this. I think I had derailed from talking about this. And that's another thing too, is like sometimes like there's so much information coming into my brain that I will talk about something and then lead to something else and lead to something else, is because like what I say people needs to hear. And so whoever is tuning in and whoever's tapping in, it's like, oh, I got to change directions and talk about that because they're asking this question. Go ahead, Sana, go ahead and ask me a specific question. Don't just say what's going on with my life. Like tell me something specific and let me tune into it. So anyway, she had me read her. She's like, tell me. She's like, tell me something about me. And I told her what I had been thinking. I told her the thoughts that I had, and I was totally right. Will I make it in this new industry? Okay. I get what you're saying. Like, but the answer to that question is yes and no. It's up to you. Do you want to make it in this new industry? Is this what you want? That's the better question that you want to be asking yourself. So you can make it. The truth of the situation is anybody can make it in any industry that they want to if you're willing to put in the time, the effort, whatever it is that you want to be doing. You can do that. It's not impossible. But are you truly tuned in and tapped into what it is you want to be doing? And is this the right, are you choosing the right path for you? Because I'll tell you, I've worked with some people, like I uncovered a person was studying for their exam because they knew a person in their life who had an agency and it was successful and they needed help. And they signed up to say, I will help you, even though they actually didn't want to help them. They just kind of felt obligated and they knew it was a cool stream of income. So there's like, okay, well, I would like more income and this person needs somebody to work for them. So I guess I'll say yes. And I'm like, no, like, following obligation or following doing something just because it's money is not the way that you want to be going. You want to be doing something that lights you up because you're excited to do it, because you want to do it, because it feels like it's the right thing to do. Any decision you make thinking that I'm going to do this because of money, that's not a good decision. And I say that as like an 8-figure business owner. I wanted to do the business of the insurance exam queen because I want to help people, because I want to make this easier for people to get into a career that allows them to make more money. It does change people's life. I've seen insurance lift people out of poverty. It can radically change your income. It can radically change your life. And through the insurance industry, you can really impact a lot of people, not just your own wallet, but, help people through insurance. Insurance really can save lives, save situations, save your home. Like, it's an amazing, amazing product that you get to be selling. So you will make it in this industry if you want to make it in this industry. Absolutely. But if it's not in your heart's alignment, then it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be an uphill battle. You're going to have frustrations and finally before you dip out. So it comes down to, what is your purpose and your intention? Do you feel aligned with it? And is this what you really want? That's what you have to ask yourself. I think that's my distinction with the psychic, is like, we have this idea that psychics are supposed to give us like a yes or no answer, or like tell you exactly what it is or whatever. And it's like, I feel like I have a different purpose than that. My desire is to get you to tap and tune into yourself, because technically all the answers that you need are inside of you. And even like with this VIP day, like, I went to her for answers. But I knew that she could be the one who would help me activate the truth within myself. And so it's not to say you don't need other people to help you see the truth, or to activate something within you, or even just to be in her energy, help me to level up my energy. There's always value in connecting with another person and tapping and tuning into their energy and their frequency. But the answer was inside of me. I just used her as a permission slip to unlock it. And I'm happy to do that. I'm happy that I paid the price that I paid. Some people have come to me and be like, how the heck had you pay that price? And I'm like, well, one, I plan to charge that price. So I needed to be in the space of paying that and work. I will always leave myself first. So like before, I thought about, I want VIP days with a person. I've never went to one. So if I'm going to start having them with people, I need to go to one myself. I need to see what this is like. If I'm going to charge people $10,000 a day to work with me, then I need to sit with the person where I'm going to pay. And technically it was $11,000 to sit with the person. So everything that it is I want to do, I will do myself. And I will always leave myself first. Do you have any other questions from that, Sana? And if anybody else has any questions, let me know. I'm happy to tap and tune into, what it is you're asking for. And I really just truly want to own my gifts, and I want to stop denying it. I think there are moments where it like would scare me to go, like, I think about like going to Thanksgiving and like somebody's like, cause it's so crazy. I am who I am on the internet, and I have no shame of who I am on the internet. But when it comes in person, like being like, yeah, I'm claircognizant and I just know things, and you can ask me questions and I will tell you the answers. And like, it's weird to me to think about doing that in person. But I'm going to start doing it. I'm going to be one of the weirdos. I'm going to be one of the people who truly, truly owns my gifts. And I think I'm kind of giving myself permission to do that right now in this live video. Cause like I said, I will be who it's weird to me. Like people, sometimes we use the internet to not be ourselves. I use the internet to be myself, because the internet is just, it's like right now on video, like I'm literally looking at myself as I'm speaking, and it allows me to be more in tune with who I am and what I've got going on. And I will use the internet to express the version of me that I sometimes thinks is unsafe to do it in real time with real people. And so the internet, actually, videos, chatting like this live, making, class lessons on video, it's honestly the place where I've gotten to fully express myself without hesitation. And I think that's crazy. I'm actually more scared to be my authentic self in front of people, and I'm more inclined to be my authentic self on video, on the internets. So I really need to merge those identities. I've also been in the insurance exam queen identity for so long that there was this kind of weirdness of like stepping into Melissa May Dillon, which is like the personal development side, loving your life side of things. And it's time for me to really merge those identities and just own who I am. And since then, because it was kind of always bugged me. Like I was like, listen, it's two distinct things, insurance exam queen and Melissa May Dillon. I've got two separate websites. Like I got two separate YouTube channels, like, and I would have insurance exam queen people message me on Melissa May Dillon, and I'm like, use insurance exam queen, not Melissa May Dillon. And it would bug me a little bit because like I had such a division between these two things. But what's funny is since merging them, I actually have less people of the insurance exam queen asking questions on the Melissa May Dillon side of things. So I'm just like merging these identities. Okay, whoever else is watching, if you've got a question, if you want me to give you an answer, I'm just kind of practicing my clear cognizant gifts of just speaking and knowing for you, channeling for you, whatever it may be. So if anybody has a question, let me know. And I also, I guess technically I can tap into you right now and answer your questions. I'm working, again, like I said, I'm working on being very intentional with this and practicing it. It's very important, that you practice, right? So anything in life, like, I'm talking in this group right now about owning your voice. And I know many people in this group really want to have their own YouTube channel or better their YouTube channel or make it bigger. And one of the things that they're scared about is just saying what they need to say and not being perfect with it. And it's like, but how do you get, and we decided to change our language from perfect to mastery. How do you become a master of anything is you've got to practice at it. You've got to continually do it. You've got to continually stretch yourself. You've got to do what's uncomfortable. You've got to go out there. Like these first few videos of like doing readings and tapping into people, tapping into your energies, tapping into what it is you need to know, tapping into what it is you need to hear. I'm beginning to practice. So it might not be always like this clear, perfect channel, but I can't get it clear and I can't master it and I can't perfect it if I'm not practicing it. And it's so crazy to me that of course, if you go back, one of my most recent live videos, as I said, to be great at anything, you have to begin as a beginner. And so if I want to be great at, being clear cognizant, with sharing people clear knowledge, with being able to speak truth into people, if I want to be great at that, I have to begin with that. So I'm really beginning with that, stepping into my power, owning this power. So again, if you've got any questions, let me know. I would love to hear from anybody who just wants insight on something, who wants to hear something. And I also tried to attempt to schedule these because I know a lot of people are coming back and watching the replay and you're like, man, if I was live with Melissa, I would have asked her so many questions. So I will be doing more of these. I want to be practicing my clear cognizance. I want to be practicing tapping into this knowing and channeling. So we will definitely be doing a lot more of these, and I'm excited to work with you. So any questions you got, let me know. And like I said, I'm just going live here until the baby comes in. And somebody just said Superstar. That's funny because I talked about Superstar. I thought I closed Telegram. Is that why it keeps beeping? Oh, I did the settings. So anyway, yeah, that is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be tapping into my gifts and owning them and publicly declaring them and speaking them and not hesitating to talk about them. I don't care how weird people look at me when I say I have clear knowings and that I have a gift. And if you need to know, because it's funny, like the most randomest strangers will come up to me and talk to me. Like they know I have this gift and they're coming to me seeking the knowledge that can be downloaded into my brain. Because I'll just know things. Like, I don't even know how I know, but I just know. Like, that's clear cognizant, is I receive information from God. Like, boom, here's what you need to know to answer that question. Boom, here's what you need. Like, I will know things that I don't even know. Like, I don't even know how I know that. One of the things that it says with claircognizant is that you will sometimes use words that you don't know or are not familiar with, but you know they work perfectly within the sentence. It's because you just received the knowledge from somewhere, somehow, God, whatever, that's the word that you should be using. And when I tap into that, it happens. So, as scary and crazy as it seems to be owning these gifts, I'm going to own these. I'm going to own these gifts. I'm going to own the fact that I'm claircognizant, that I receive knowledge, that I receive insight, that it just boop downloads into my brain, that people come to me for this knowledge, and that I am here as a channel to be able to open it up for you, to share this knowledge with you. I do know that I'm really good also at tapping into people's businesses and being able to give them insight into their business and what direction they should be going and where they should be going and what they need to clear up. Like if they've made decisions or something or they don't know what direction they should be going, like let's clear things up that will allow you to receive. Because anything that it is you need to be doing, all the information that you're seeking is available to you if you're open to receiving it. So sometimes people are blocked from being able to receive the knowledge that they need because they're doing stuff out of obligation, or they're on the path that they think they need to be on, not the path they actually want to be on. And so when I can redirect them to get them onto the right, path of where, what thought process they should have or what they should be going after and what they should be doing, it helps to clear things up. We constantly have access to, like everyone has access to all this knowledge. You have spirit guides around you all the time. You have ancestors watching your back all the time. And they have knowledge and information for you that they are happy to share with you, but you have to be open to be able to receive it. You have to be able to say, yes, I want this help. I want this insight. But so often we're so trapped in this physical world that we don't accept. Like I've probably got like a bunch of people around me right now. Like we have to understand that. We have to understand that there are energies around me. There could be even aliens around me. Like, do you understand that like we don't see everything that's actually visible on this physical plane? Like light. Do you guys know like bioluminescence is speaking using light, and that fish use light to speak, but we can't even see it with our eyes. Do you know that like squirrels glow? Do you know that like there's a light that's like coming off of squirrels, but we can't see it with our human eye? Like, do you understand there's so much that we can't see physically, and so we think it doesn't exist. We think it doesn't exist because I can't see it with my eyes and confirm it with my eyes. Like we're truly sometimes very spiritually blind and emotionally blind, mentally blind to what's actually happening, around us and what's available to us. But we have spirit guides. We have people wanting, oh, and my baby's waking up. So I love you all. I'm going to do more of these. I got to go take care of the baby. Have an amazing day. I love you. Bye.